Hi, welcome back. I'm Mrs. Shealy.
Mr. Bennett, Mr. Kowalski.
And we're going to get right into our cardio warm-up. We're going to start with running in place. We're going to go 30 seconds. Ready, go.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
So once again, we can go ahead and check our pulse. Our heart rate should be coming up. You can check your pulse here, on your neck, on your wrist. You can even put your hand over your heart. And your heart rate should be coming up. Now we're going to go side to side run. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, side to side, 30 seconds, go.
Now I got a word for your tongue. How many Rolling Stones you want? Yeah, I got a brand new spirit speaking and it's done. Woke up on the side of the bed like I won. Talk like the wind in my chest to that sun. G5 in the US to Taiwan. Now who can say that? I wanna play back. Mama knew I was a needle in a haystack. Upper body boy, plus Maybach. I got a feeling it's a rap. ASAP.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
Should be coming up even more. We're going to get into jumping jacks. 30 seconds, go.
Yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. I get a good feeling.
The mountain top, walk on water. I got power, feel so royal. 1 second, I'ma strike for you. Diamond, platinum, no more for you. That adrenaline, never giving in. Giving up's not an option, gotta get it in. Witness, I got the heart of 20 men.
Alright, we got 2 more warm-up exercises to do. We're going to go into high knees and we're going to tap our knees to our hands so we can march it, or we can get a little run.
Melee, no trick plays. I'm Bill Gates. Take a genius to understand me.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I get a feeling that I never had before. I get a good feeling, yeah. Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.
Last one, we have our butt kickers. Pumping those arms, bringing those heels to butt. Ready, go. All right, good. Take a nice big deep breath. Our heart rate should be coming up. We should be nice and warm. And we're going to do a couple quick stretches. So right from here, we're gonna reach up and reach down for our toes. If you can touch the floor with your hands, great. If not, you can just let your hands hang. And we're going to switch over to the right. And then we're going to walk our hands over to the left. 10-second hold is good. Let's come back up, and we're going to take our right leg and we're actually going to pull it behind. So we're going to work on our balance a little bit too. So if you need to put your arm out, that's okay. If you fall over, just put your foot down and come back up. And if you have really good balance, you can take both hands and try and hold. You should be feeling it right in the legs, in the quads. All right, go ahead, switch legs. And down, shake it out. Good job.
Okay, we're here in the nurse's office for today's healthy tip of the week.
I'm Miss Susan. I'm the nurse practitioner here. Today we're going to talk about how you put your mask on properly. So if you can, at home before you put your mask on, if you're going to go out and be around other people, you want to make sure you either wash your hands or use some hand sanitizer. So you want to make sure that you're either washing your hands, hand sanitizer before you put your mask on. So you're going to take your mask, and if you have a surgical mask, you'll notice that there's a little harder edge to it, blue side out. You want to put your fingers on the loops here, put it over your ears, adjust it, push it in so that it's covering your whole face, your nose, your mouth, and try to get the sides pretty good. I've touched the outside, so I want to make sure that I'm going to wash my hands again, or hand sanitizer. You don't want to touch your mask. Your mask is the one that's protecting you. If you touch your mask with your hands and then you're touching other things, you're infected. So take your mask off, again. You're going about your business, do not touch the outside of your mask. You're going to put your fingers in the loops and pull it away from your face. If it's a one-time disposable one, you're just going to throw it away. Again, wash your hands. If you have a cloth mask at home, you want to make sure that you're washing them. They can go in the regular laundry, hot water, soap, and in the dryer. Every day you should be changing your mask. If you're outside and doing other things, you want to make sure that you wash the mask and change them frequently. Again, remember, washing your hands in between and not touching your face, the whole T-zone, nose, mouth. Don't touch your face as much as possible.
Okay, today we're talking about pathways and levels. So when we're talking about physical education and moving, anytime you play a game or a sport, you're moving at different levels and you're moving at different pathways. So we're going to start with levels, okay? There is a low level, a medium level, and a high level. So if we take a look at Miss Sheely, she is going to demonstrate what a low level looks like.
So we're going to get low to the ground where we're still able to obviously move around the gym. So I'm going to sit down this way. I'm going to get low like a frog or like a snake or a crab, something that is low to the ground. And I am going to turn my body and I'm just going to walk forward low. Turn around and I'll walk back. And that is our low level.
So I'm going to talk about a medium level. So a medium level is pretty much everything you're doing in life at your normal height. So if I was walking around, right now I'm at a medium level. If I was in the kitchen and I'm grabbing dishes off the counter, I'm at a medium level. If we're wrestling, I'd be at a medium level.
And the last level is a tall or a high level. So think of things that are really tall. An animal, you could be a giraffe. It's really tall, it's up high. They're reaching to the trees to try to grab their food. Okay, maybe you're at home and you're reaching into a cupboard. You're reaching up high. You're at a tall or a high level. Next, we're going to talk about different pathways. If you look at our floor here, we have 3 different pathways. And in the middle, the orange pieces of paper represent a straight pathway. This is where you're moving straight and you're walking right down the middle. If you take a look at Miss Sheely, she has a curved pathway. So the pink pieces of paper are curved.
So I'm going to be walking in a curve.
I have a zigzag. So mine is kind of like a lightning bolt or almost like a Z. So if I was going to go on my pattern, turn, 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 zigzag.
So now what we're going to do is you guys are going to do an activity that puts patterns or pathways and levels together. So in a few minutes, you are going to be working on all the different pathways, all the different levels, and you'll be moving at a straight, at a curve in the zigzag pathway at maybe a medium level, maybe a low level. So you're going to follow along to the video, and we hope you enjoy.
Walk like a crab along the straight pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Jump like a kangaroo along the straight pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Fly like an eagle along the straight pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Choose your own animal to travel like along the straight pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Walk like a crab along the zigzag pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Jump like a kangaroo along the zigzag pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Fly like an eagle along the zigzag pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Choose your own animal to travel like along the zigzag pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Walk like a crab along the curved pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Jump like a kangaroo along the curved pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Fly like an eagle along the curved pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.
Choose your own animal to travel like along the curved pathway you created.
Go back and forth as many times as you can until you hear the clapping.